So I realized I left out something really, really important in my first part of the Blade overview, and that is the question of how is he in Cosmic Midtown Manhattan? And I'll say the same thing I said before. He is not safe. He is really never safe. I mean, you do a lot of damage, and it's wonderful, and you can just kind of run around and do whatever you want. It doesn't really it doesn't really matter. For the most part, you are safe. What I'm talking about when I say not safe, and I mean I can just walk into these guys, and because of the mechanics I have, I turn invisible. There's a chance for invisibility. I think for the Skrull Bravery medallion. So, I they do tend to leave me alone. Generally, I'm only worried about the ranged mobs because the melee mobs tend to not touch me too much. Ground effects are a big issue because you do bleed out, so sometimes you might not notice that. Oh, there's a giant poison field in this area, and what do I do about it? So there you go. There's Malekith. Okay, so we're gonna go after that. And that's pretty much the only thing I'm truly worried about. For the most part, I can wade into a giant group of enemies, and as long as they don't have some stupid area effect things going on, and I'm paying attention to my health. Like I said, part it's part on my carelessness that I die. If I'm really not paying attention to what I'm doing, where my health is, there you go. I could have stopped doing that. That's the important part. Is that was entirely on me. Because you bleed out as soon as you start bleeding out as soon as you hit starvation. It You have to start paying attention to that immediately. You have to start hitting your serum, and that it does cut into your DPS, so it's a bit of an issue. But for the most part, the range build is wonderful because you get to you can kind of stand on the outside and whittle them into kindling. I believe it's called, right. And because a lot of people, the uh, they will group up the enemies. You can pretty much hit everybody with your signature. And there I just hit, I think, for a 6.8 million. So that's pretty good, I think. There's a lot of health drops, so that's nice. That's really what kind of keeps you going back. What keeps you in the fight most of the time are the health drops. You pick them up, they take you pretty much back to full, and then you have all that time to worry about. Damn. I didn't see the damage there. Uh, Worried about waiting for your serum to. Nope, did it again. I think that was, yeah, I think that was Malekith charging at me or something. So that's unfortunate. I don't have a lot of hit points. That's the biggest issue. But for the most part, paying attention. Don't stay in the melee too much. Your health regen is really good. Your health regen will pretty much bring you up to full no matter how much damage you take, unless that damage takes you to dead. Not much people can do about that. Bam. But the real issue is like right now. Right now, I'm standing around, minding my own business. Oh, I'm just gonna farm. Oh, I'm just gonna pick up some stuff. Oh, it's no big deal. And you don't notice that you get some mobs that spawn around you while you're off picking stuff up. Suddenly, you start bleeding out because you're in starvation. What is that? I don't think I've ever seen that before. Uh, is that a Black Bolt? Winter Soldier. Never mind. Yeah. So look at anything that spawns right now while I'm casually going through my inventory, or as soon as my stealth wears off, I'm gonna get attacked. And if I'm not paying attention, if I'm sitting here going through my inventory, I'm dead. I am just absolutely dead. And that's the part that is truly and really unsafe. That more than anything else is unsafe. Blade in general, fine, but you're going to get something really, really stupid. Something really stupid is going to kill you eventually. You're not going to notice it. You're not going to be thinking about it. You're going to be too busy going through, oh, look at that. Cosmic Reliquaries of Rarity. It's wonderful. Oh, look, I got some World Stones. It's wonderful. I got to wait. Meanwhile, you're at 300 hit points, and anything at all comes along and pokes you, you're going to be dead. So for that specific reason, make sure you use your serum before you start going through your inventory. You still risk the same. There's still risk because as soon as you start taking damage, your thirst is going to start to go up. But there's that. There's just a lot of inherent danger with just standing around and minding your own business in the middle of Midtown Manhattan. So I'm going to leave. The melee build is really good. Again, even if the thing is, if you stack your hit points, he's really good. You can even stack some defense on him. You lose a little bit. You lose a great deal of offense, but because he has so much life leech that even when you're thirsty, you're regenerating. Oh, where is it? You're regenerating 3% to your maximum health, and I think this one doubles the amount of health regeneration on a hit. Oh, 50% if you're starving. So if you have a lot of hit points and you stack some hit points, like 30,000, you're getting back a lot. You're still bleeding out much faster, but you're getting back a great deal. You can kind of keep up with the damage is what I'm saying. He does have something like this, which you can increase your defense and your dodge rating. Multipliers, you can get some base health. You get 2% max health. So here you're not starving ever. You're never in a situation where you're bleeding out and you're constantly regenerating health. And your serum has increased duration. You do lose a lot of damage. You lose the ability to get effects like this, but you become safe in areas like Midtown Manhattan. You become safe in areas like Cosmic Danger Room. You don't do the damage, but you're safe, and that's very important too. So let's just go poke around with the Brotherhood of Mutants. They're usually a problem because you have a lot of really nonsense area effect stuff going on. You have Sauron, you have Pyro. Those guys are the worst offenders of them all, but you just couldn't bleed them. You know what you really need to do? You need to open that up. That's what you need to do. Get some buffs. Look at your buffs. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Pyro. I just did, I don't even know, I think almost 6 million for you. On your head. You like that? I know I'm talking smack as I'm walking into fire. Genius. But it's nice. You can walk, you can just jump out of there and whittle into kindling. Again, the advantage of having a ranged build, you do run out of ammo pretty fast, and I haven't invested into cost reduction at all. So I think Magneto might just die. Yep, there. I do like the damage. I know it's a very, very risky build to use, but I do very much like the damage. When I'm not starving and I'm not low on health, you can walk in. You will not die, most likely. I think I was hitting, for some reason, probably because people around me, I was hitting the Mega Sentinel for about 7 million, maybe a little bit higher than that. And not even rounding up. I actually think I'm rounding down in that one. No real issues. Again, you just jump in and you run right back out, whittle into kindling, get your stacks of bloodlust back up again, rinse and repeat. Use your cooldowns, and you're going to get back. You're going to get back to your signature. I was just looking at this one again, and I wanted to point out that if you did do this, I think you get 4 more stacks on Stake Thrower, and that means when you're starving, Patient Hunter is going to give you back your signature that much faster because you have 2 more charges to get a second off of your signature. I think that's how it works, and it's pretty useful. Yeah, right now we could do that, and if we ever need to, we can always go back to just to find this little safe spot. We can. One of the things that I like about the biggest update is that I could be standing here right now. I could turn off my thirst. I could not have to worry about it for a while. pick up whatever it is I want to pick up. You know, look around, have fun, enjoy myself, chew the scenery for a bit, and then walk away. You know, look at all my stuff, admire my haul, and then turn that, you know, turn that talent back on. It's not like the damage, it does suffer, but it doesn't suffer awfully. I'm still clearing these guys pretty well. They're all just get them lined up. Come on, line up, line up. And clear them out. All right, so thanks for watching part 2. I hope I was able to expand in a succinct and useful way on how Blade behaves in Cosmic Midtown Manhattan. Peace out, guys.